Uh, Welcome back, fellow warriors, to more Starfield. Last episode we got the piloting perk. Actually, we're gonna see how good we're doing on that. Install 15 unique ship modules. Might have to redesign my ship for that. In this episode, we're gonna kill more ships. Basically. That's the grind we're on right now, so. Heyo!
Ah, here we go. Jump to that spot and clean house.
Do or die!
Done.
Now, with this, oh man, what a grind.
We are vulnerable! Weapons offline! Fix them! Compromised!
Done.
Will defend us!
That's you. Done.
End it now!
That's you. Done. That's you. Done. Ah, here we go. Jump to that spot. Give those coordinates to you. Ah, here we go.
What? Michael, I don't know if you'll ever get to read this. I feel like I should write it anyway, in case something happens. If this somehow ever finds its way to you, I hope it brings you the closure that you need. The ship has been getting bombarded by solar flares. Systems are out and the engines are dead. If by some miracle you're able to get this running again, another flare hits us and we're back to square one. We've been sending SOS signals out, but as far as it's been radio silent. But so far it's been radio silent. I don't think we'll be able to get out of this one. Don't really know what else to say. But I just want you to know that I love you. Give the kids a hug and a kiss from me. Man.
Why?
Those coordinates to you.
We must fix our engines! Quantum drive to destroy you!
Ah, here we go.
Our engines are offline!
Bring that to you. Done.
Quickly! Damage sustained! Keep fighting!
C-class ships! C-class ships! C-class ships! I just finished building a ship, got my rank up for ship design, so I can get it once we level up again. I just got hailed as I'm testing out my new ship, so here we go.
Clara, thank you. The school district is supposed to do maintenance on the ships. but our grav drive's cracked and leaking helium-3. The ship can't jump right now.
What's helium-3?
Helium-3 is a stable isotope of helium that is used as fuel for grav drives, Tashi.
What's a grav drive?
You know what a grav drive is, or you should. You wrote a paper on it.
I'm not sure Billy does know what a grav drive is.
Class, please talk quietly amongst yourselves. This is important. Do you have any extra ship parts?
Put you in all your. How could the school district put you all in danger?
The whole fleet is made of charitable donations, so the ships are always breaking down.
Ugh.
And the district's mechanics are few and overworked.
Tell me how many ship parts you need.
Let me see.
Mrs. Whitmore, who are you talking to?
Is it a pirate?
Pirates? There are pirates?
What? No. No pirates. Everyone is safe.
I'm with the UC Vanguard. You're in safe hands, kids.
At least he could have been like a Marine. A volunteer pilot? How daring.
See? The authorities are here and they'll help us. Thank you. Now, everyone, settle down. The driver said ship parts should be sufficient for us to repair our ship.
Oh! I don't have that many. Or I might have that many. Here you go. Take care, Miss Whitmore. Apparently I do.
Thank you so much. Stay safe out there. Class, we'll be leaving shortly. Everyone, buckle in.
Oh, she did jump away. Oh, wait. There's not a repairs symptoms faster. All the weapon systems. Capacity. Engines and shields. EM weapons and automated weapons. I thought there was a way to increase the reactor power. Ooh, nice. That'd be good to have at some point. Maximizing cargo space would be nice too. Awesome. Ship design can, I can upgrade that once we level up again, which I will. I guess not. Alright, let's go to... Let's land at New Hope. Or New Homestead. It's a new area. I haven't landed here before, so...
Welcome to New Homestead. Please make your way to the building at the end of the path and down into the colony below. Stay safe and enjoy your visit.
Need some work done?
Welcome to New Homestead.
Oh, I have armor like that.
The people here live a simple life. Try not to complicate it.
Boy, am I glad they have a chunks here.
Heads up if you're planning on going to Chunks. Luther's been bothering anyone with a ship for help.
Oh, sweet.
Hi there. Always nice to see a new face.
Yo. Also, that design I have currently with my ship is not permanent.
What the hell is even that?
Let me go see if... Looking for a star yard here. So...
Don't stay outside for too long here on Titan.
Okey-doke, that's... Oh, that's not it. Go through there.
Enjoy your visit here.
Ooh, a garden.
I always wonder what it's like where other people come from. Hello? I'm not really supposed to talk with tourists, but I kinda want to anyway. And I don't think my papa is paying attention. You're not going to tell him, are you?
I have to tell. That's cute. No, I don't. Not if you don't want me to.
Oh, thank you! I promise it'll be fun. I like talking to tourists. I get to learn so much about everywhere else, and they get to learn about here. Now what should we talk about?
Are there a lot of other kids in New Homestead?
Not really. There's some, though. Most are around my age. We all go to school in the same room.
Is school here the same as other schools in the settled systems?
I don't know. I've never been to any other schools. We mostly learn about the history of the Sol system and Earth and stuff like that until we get old enough to go on our learning vacation. That's when we get to leave to go to school somewhere else for a few years, or travel and visit other worlds, try out jobs and stuff. Oh, I can't wait.
Why doesn't your dad want you talking to tourists?
My mama says it's because he thinks we'd up and leave if we found out about the rest of the worlds out there. But I keep telling him, I love it here, and I love him, and I would never leave him. He doesn't believe it. He says the kids almost always want to leave when they grow up. But not me. Nope. I just want to visit somewhere else. Maybe.
Do you enjoy working on the farm?
I think it's pretty fun. And I get to be around my mama and my papa all day, so that's cool. They say we all have to work a little, because it takes all of us to make the community work. Just like on Earth a really, really, really long time ago. Someday, I think it'd be cool to see other places and do other things, but this is fine for now.
Did you have any questions for me?
Bye!
Oh, I guess not. Hello.
Ah, someone new. Are you a tourist, or have you just moved to New Homestead?
I'm here visiting. I'm interested in learning about the colony.
Well, there's lots to learn. You can always feel free to try one of the historical tours, or ask the locals about life here. I'm fascinated by the other worlds in the settled systems. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Frontier. Give me a frontier or small colony like this any day. It's amazing. Huge skyscrapers, beautiful skies, people from all walks of life.
Oh my, that sounds incredible. Ever since I overheard one of the tourists speaking about it, I've always wanted to go. We hear about it, of course, but we rarely get much exposure to other worlds beyond the people who come from them to visit our little colony. I wonder if I can convince Nathaniel to go on a trip there with me and our daughter. Do you mind if I ask you another question?
I don't mind.
Thanks. I promise not to take too much of your time. Is the Freestar Collective as lawless as I've heard?
It's not as lawless as they lead you to believe. People still believe in rules and justice.
I figured the stories weren't all true. How else would you expect people to live together if you can't trust in laws to keep everyone safe? Even in a small community like ours, we have to maintain law and order. Though, I understand it gets difficult to always protect that out in the vastness of space. I imagine it's the same in the Freestar Collective.
Yes.
Is it okay if I change the subject?
Sure. Ask away.
Oh, thank you. Are there really planets full of plants, fresh air, and water?
Yes. Have I seen one? Yeah, no, the planet Sona was on, we saw.
I've read about them. It seems incredible, doesn't it? I've only ever known Titan, and it's always so cold and drab.
Yeah.
I've always dreamed of visiting one to breathe the air, feel the warmth of its sun, but my husband is reluctant to leave our home. Can I ask you something else?
Sure.
Thanks. I promise not to take too much of your time. Is space travel as exciting as it seems?
Still amazed. I'm still amazed by the awe and wonder of it every time I go out there.
Well, you've convinced me that I simply must go sometime.
You do.
Most of us here have never left the surface of New Homestead. It's a point of pride among many people, but I've always been curious. Those are all the questions I have at the moment. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day for me.
Absolutely.
My daddy says farming is really important.
Marua?
I kind of want to do other things.
Ooh, Marua. Where's the Pops? I saw him walk around here a little bit.
Off-worlders always ask how I can live here. I wonder how they can live anywhere else.
If you'll pardon me, I'm not in the mood to talk. I overheard you speaking to my wife, Mara, filling her head with ideas about picking up and leaving home. You got anything to say for yourself?
I mean, yeah, she clearly wants to visit off-world. Why not let her?
Listen here. Mara's free to make her own decisions. I'm not here to control her if that's what you're insinuating. But that doesn't mean I take kindly to other people manipulating her and telling her the other worlds are full of sunshine and rainbows. We live a simple traditional life here, and it's important to the community that we maintain that. Do you understand?
Just so you know, I talked to your daughter too. What traditions?
Traditions like the way we tend this farm. Strong family ties. Early colonial life.
Where are you looking?
Who you calling Pinhead?
Do it all with the bare minimum technologies to survive. Everything else is hard work done by humans. It's good for humanity's soul.
Why? What's so important about your traditions?
People rely on technology too much. We need to remember how to perform the basics to survive in case we ever find ourselves without said technology. We need to remember where we came from. Earth, this system, lest we forget and repeat the same mistakes as before. We're one of the last colonies charged with that preservation. That's why it's important.
Yeah, I understand.
Good. I know it's not easy for you types, but this is our home. I'm glad you found it in you to respect that.
Thanks again for taking the time to answer questions for me. I learned a lot from you.
I love space travel, just as a bare minimum. I wish so badly I could do it. I don't care how dangerous it is. I would kill to be able to travel to stars, explore new worlds, stuff like that. It's in the DNA, brah. As a human. Wait, oh.
We used to get more tourists than we do these days.
Hi.
Hello there. Welcome to the new Homestead Chunks. We've got all your Chunks' favorites. Well, almost all of them. Sadly, we're out of the special sauce. I know. But everything else is still that great Chunks food you know and love. So, what can I do for you?
Yo, you're looking for a ship. New Homestead's all about authentic living history. What's Chunks doing here?
Well, people gotta eat, you know? But seriously, I think we're just starting to get with the times a little. And I can't think of a better restaurant than Chunks to usher that in. I think corporate just saw New Homestead as an untapped market. Yeah, the locals may not eat it, but the tourists love having a taste of home.
You seem to love Chunks, huh?
You know I do. And what's not to love? It's delicious, nutritious, easy, fast, inexpensive. It sure makes my hungry belly sing for joy. My wife thinks I eat too much Chunks food, but I just can't help myself. It's so good.
So what's your favorite chunk?
Oh, you had to go and ask the hard questions, huh? How can I pick just one? There's chicken chunks, beef chunks, potato chunks, cheesesteak chunks, cheesecake chunks. You know what? I'm gonna cheat if you don't mind and just say I love them all equally.
Running out of the Chunk special sauce sounds like a problem.
If I'm completely honest, it is. And people are always saying how this Chunks can't compare to the real deal. And I just know it's because we never had that mouth-watering sauce. I've been in contact with some of the other restaurants out there, and they'll give me some, but they say they can't afford to send it, and I don't have a ship, so what am I to do?
Is there a reason Chunks doesn't send just send the sauce?
For real? Good question. They haven't said, but I think it has something to do with them prioritizing other Chunks over mine. I guess it's made at a different facility than our other food, and they don't even want to pay the shipping cost to ship from another store to ours. Yeah, sometimes I get lucky and a cargo hauler passes through with a route that takes them near other Chunks and back again, but there's no guarantee.
If you just need someone to go get it, I could do that for you.
Wait, for real? You do that. You're not pulling my leg.
Yeah, no problem. Just tell me where to go.
Oh, yeah, right. I actually just got a message back from another Chunks before you got here, and they got a case ready to go for me.
Sweet.
Just tell them you're there to pick it up for me, and it should be good to go. Thanks.
No problem, Luther.
Did you see those wind turbines out there?
Well, what did we think of the tour?
Very informative. I didn't know about the methane harvesters before coming here.
The, Brown Horse Tavern, was it, huh? The food was better than I expected from a backwoods planet like this.
It has a quaint charm, doesn't it?
Just like the rest of New Homestead.
Well, I hope you'll come back and see us again sometime. And I hope you'll consider another Starsap tour. Tell your friends.
Bye. We will. Thanks again.
Excuse me, Bill. You've got to do a better job of keeping your tour groups out of trouble.
What do you mean?
That little boy almost wound up on my operating table. Claudio said he was playing with some of the machinery down by the mines and nearly got his arm stuck inside. It could have been ripped off.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know, kids, little troublemakers. I'll tell the guests to be more careful.
Damn right. You've got to do something. Or else next time it happens, I'm billing you personally.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Why, hello there! I'm Bill Starsap of Starsap Tours. Let me tell you, this place is full of history and interesting facts. For instance, did you know that New Homestead was one of the first colonies established outside of Earth? It's been populated in some capacity for over 200 years.
Like, what's the big deal?
Whoa.
It's just another dead world.
Yes, sirree! And that's not science fiction, it's science fact. There's a lot more history where that came from. So what do you say? I've got an opening. I could take you on a tour right now if you'd like.
Okay, I'd like to go on the tour.
Excellent! You won't regret it. My tours are one of a kind. Now, there's just the matter of price. The going rate for a genuine Starsap tour is only 100 credits.
Oh, come on, dude. Seriously? I could persuade him to go down on price, but that's tickle change. Yes.
Great! Let's get this show on the road, eh?
Word of advice, steer clear of the doctor here. She really seems to have a problem with tourists.
This is New Homestead's main concourse. This underground area didn't exist when the original outpost, Titan Astro Base, was finished in 2130. Follow me. We'll come back here by the end of the tour and talk about the museum collection. But first, let's go see where people live. Now remember, these people aren't actors. They actually live here, so try to be respectful of that. While the original inhabitants of the Titan Astro Base lived in pods like you saw up above, they transitioned down here when this section of the base was finished in 2144. Space is extremely limited, so you'll notice some overflow here, but more residences also exist on lower levels, which are inaccessible to tours. I'll stop at each of our destinations if you want to look around, or if you have any questions for me. Have any questions so far?
The overflow area looks cramped. What's with that?
Sadly, it's difficult to get additional construction done inside these underground caverns. So for now, additional populations are housed in these stacks of old shipping crates. As you might expect, this is where some of the less wealthy can afford to live. It's not glamorous, but they are functional and cozy.
I'd agree with that. Can you tell me more about how people lived here before this was all built?
The original Titan Astro Base had more habitation pods on the surface connected to some of the old structures you may have seen in the back. As the colony grew, the base was expanded underground, and those hab units were recycled into materials used down here.
How many people live here?
I'm not sure the exact count, but New Homestead is a fairly small colony. What you see is what you get for the most part, except for some other people who live in the private lower levels. Some, particularly security, and yours truly, even commute from other worlds.
Oh, cool. I'd like to check this out in more detail.
Oh, sure, I'll be here waiting. The locals love to talk with tourists, but they'll let you know if they're busy. So, please respect them.
Sure. Hi.
What can I do for you? Great. Another tourist. Let me guess. You slipped on the ice and need a doctor to wrap your sprained ankle?
What's your problem with tourists? Don't they help the local economy?
They do, but they're also a terrible burden for a small colony doctor like myself.
Ah, good point.
I have enough trouble treating our own people with the time and resources I have.
Good point. Actually, I'm looking for a doctor, but not for that.
Well, that's a relief. Sorry if I sounded a bit hostile. It's just frustrating sometimes that I have to devote so much time and energy to outside people when our own people need me more. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Is it difficult being a doctor in such an old-fashioned community?
Even though we don't have shiny new medical facilities, I imagine it's easier than wherever you're from. We have fewer people here, and we're very responsible when it comes to our personal health and welfare. So there's not much I can't handle. For anything else, we can get access to off-world specialists. Contrary to popular belief, we're not primitive.
I could use some medical supplies.
I've got some stock I can sell to tourists or travelers like you.
Thanks, Doc. Are there any dangerous hazards to worry about on Titan?
It's a harsh world, but as long as you're inside or wear a suit when going out, you'll be fine here. There's no breathable air on the surface, and you'll quickly freeze to death outside without protective gear, but otherwise the hazards are minimal. New Homestead was an early colony research base and has stood the test of time. It's safe, and it's proof that people can live pretty much anywhere. Don't worry so much.
Cool. You don't seem to like the tourists.
I don't. They make a mockery of New Homestead culture. And on top of it, they're reckless. It's like I said before, I feel like I'm treating them more often than our own people.
Sounds frustrating. Wish there was something I could do.
Actually, maybe there is. I have an idea that may be best suited for someone relatively unknown, instead of myself. I've got a mountain of work and a reputation to maintain. So I bought a realistic monster costume. The plan was to wear it, scare tourists away, and start a rumor about terrible creatures living on Titan. I figure that once word gets around, tourism will take enough of a dive to give me some relief.
Now that just sounds fun. I don't care if it works, I'll do it anyway.
That's the spirit. To be honest, I'm not sure it'll work either, but I feel like there's no harm in trying. Here's the costume. I think this will work best on the surface, so just find a group and run up to them, acting like a convincing alien monster. With any luck, they'll run screaming and book the next flight out of here.
I just want the costume.
It's always so cold here.
I bet.
You get used to the methane processing smell after a while.
Okay. Oh man, this is cozy. I like it. Oof. A little cramped. This game feels so awesome about that. I mean, Skyrim and Fallout 4 did it too, but I've been enjoying how this game handles it. Okay, this is a little less cozy. It's a little more cramped. Hey.
Oh, you don't really want to talk to me. I'm just a nobody from the crates. Besides, I'm not really good at talking to tourists about New Homestead. If you're really interested in our history, talk to Maurice. He's a lot better at that than I am.
Please don't say that. I'm sure you're not a nobody.
I feel like it sometimes. I don't have many friends, and I'm struggling to stay in my undergrad program. It feels like I'm never going to get out of here and make a name for myself. Anyway, if we're going to talk, maybe we should talk about something else.
So you're having trouble with your studies?
Okay, well, no. Not the studies specifically. Like, I get good grades when I'm able to apply myself. But I'm poor. I just don't have the kind of money to be a full-time student and support myself. Even living in the cheap-ass crates. I keep having to take odd jobs just to put food on my plate. And when I do, my grades suffer. I just feel like I'll be stuck in a rut forever.
Girl, I know that. Here.
What? Really? I don't know what to say. This is beyond kind of you. I mean, I don't even know you, but... Wow. Thank you.
What do you do here in New Homestead?
Well, I'm trying to finish up my undergrad schooling, actually. I want to be a physicist like my grandmother. Then, who knows what. But I also do some odd jobs here or there for money. Sometimes I help Jay out at his shop, and he gives me stuff in return. Sometimes I help Anya clean up at the Brown Horse when she's short-staffed. That sort of thing.
You mentioned something about the crates? What's that?
The crates are what we call the living quarters for the poor people. Like me. They're made from old shipping containers. We have to make do with the space we have here. They're comfortable enough, I guess. And no one on Titan is well off to begin with, but you can tell that people look down on us. Especially some of the tourists.
That's unfortunate. How do you feel about your home being a tourist destination?
It's not as bad as you'd think. I like talking to off-worlders, especially people my age. It gives me ideas for what I want to do when I'm done with school.
Ooh.
Because, honestly, I'm not sure I want to stay here. It'll always be my home, but as soon as I can afford to, I'd love to explore my options.
For sure.
Thanks for stopping by to talk.
Yep.
That's quite big. Impressive.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a couple bounties. Oh, that's a toilet? I'm not gonna ask how. Unless you suck out your colon. Where's Maurice? I guess Maurice is where Bill was. Alright, Bill.
Have any questions so far?
I think I'm ready.
Alrighty. We'll be taking the residential elevator to the farms area on the surface level. This way, please. Let's leave these good people alone for now and go check out the farms. Follow me up the elevator.
What? He had a... oh well.
We take vandalism seriously here. You don't mess with history.
Lots of history here.
New Homestead's farms are the beating heart of the colony. Without them, the original outpost would have shriveled and died. These pods are sealed and climate controlled, a perfect environment for growing the hydroponic vegetation needed for survival in the early days of the colony.
You're always talking about how important it is to preserve our traditions. But why do we have to farm? How is that part of our tradition?
Well, we tend to farm here because we need to grow food. And that's what our ancestors did on Earth.
But didn't they have big open fields and giant machines? We don't have any of that.
It's because we have a much smaller space to work with.
So then, it's not really the same, is it? How is it a tradition if it's not the same thing as they did? And so then, why is it important that we preserve it?
I don't know, it just is. Now, we don't want to fall behind on work, so let's get back to it, okay, kiddo?
Okay, fine. My papa doesn't really like me talking to the tourists, but how else am I going to learn about out there?
Any questions about the farms?
Are the farms still operational?
Oh, they are indeed. Colonists still cultivate plant-based food for their own consumption here in New Homestead. It's less vital to their survival these days, as they also import supplemental food from other colonies, including meats, dairy, and synthetics. However, most citizens here take pride in a New Homestead-grown, sustainable diet.
What do they grow here?
These days, it's a mix of what you find elsewhere in the galaxy, but in the olden days, it was all brought over from Earth. It was a lot of hardy root vegetables like potatoes, carrots, beets, and such, supplemented with corn, peas, green beans, soy, etc., which didn't always grow as well.
Gotcha. How is this different than anywhere else in the galaxy?
Good question. It's largely the same, because this was the colony that pioneered the techniques you see elsewhere.
Ah.
But you'll notice that the farms here are smaller and staffed by humans, not robots. Things here are a little more old-fashioned compared to some of the large factory farms you'll find elsewhere in the settled systems.
Cool.
Onward it is! We'll be stopping by the Brown Horse Tavern later in the tour, which uses many of these locally sourced ingredients in their cooking. But for now, it's just a short way to our next stop. Follow me! So, the old biolabs are just on the other side of this building, believe it or not. We'll step on through the hallway there. They're not in use anymore, but the colony has faithfully recreated them as a historical exhibit, true to the original purpose of the Titan Astrobase. Sadly, they're undergoing some light renovation. Otherwise, there'd be interactive activities for kids to learn about how they used to search for microbial life here. Pardon the dust, but I can still answer some questions about the old Titan Astrobase biolabs.
What kind of life did they find here?
Funny you should ask! Sadly, none. See, NASA funded the Titan Astrobase project because conditions seemed ripe for primordial life to form in Titan's methane pools. They tested many different sites, performed deep core ice drilling, and more, yet nothing turned up.
So that was it? What did they use these labs for after no life was found?
Well, NASA defunded the xenobiology program in 2132, but a scientist by the name of Catherine Neely proposed research into advanced colony building on inhospitable worlds. So, by 2135, work began on what would ultimately set us all up to create habitats anywhere humans dared to explore. These very labs housed the computer systems used in that research. That and general storage for the colony. Lots of storage.
You keep mentioning the Titan Astrobase. What is that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely forgot to mention that. That's what this place was originally called. When NASA divested its interest in the Astrobase and turned it over to the people back in 2185, they renamed it New Homestead and established it as a historical site.
Cool.
You got it. On to our next stop. Next, we'll be heading outside, so make sure to check those seals on your suit because it's a bit chilly out there. We're going out into the frozen wastes of Titan to see what powers this planet. Watch your step outside, by the way. The ice can be slippery if you're not careful. The goal is to keep people out of Dr. Lakota's infirmary. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yes. Powering New Homestead. As you might imagine, generating energy was a real challenge back in the day because the technology was much more crude then. But crude or not, it was that technology that sustained the old Astrobase. And it might surprise you to learn that the same technology is still working today. The interesting thing about this old colony is that it's mostly powered by clean, renewable energy. You'll see one of the methods used on the horizon up ahead. That's right! New Homestead's famous wind farms! This spot was chosen for the colony in part because of its constant winds. These turbines have been integral to the colony's function since its establishment as a cheap, mostly reliable source of electricity.
I mean, thank God Titan has an atmosphere, right?
So, let's talk about wind power, shall we?
Do these turbines really power the entire colony?
Mostly. I'm sure you've noticed the occasional brownouts. I guess these old machines have a habit of freezing up, what with all the ice out here. There's some methane on reserve for critical life support systems, but everything else here is otherwise powered by the units you see here.
What's so interesting about wind power? Why is it a part of the tour?
You're looking at a piece of history. Sure, wind power is used throughout the galaxy, but these people were able to make do with it for hundreds of years. It's impressive that was all they had back then, and still make it work to this day.
True. I didn't think Titan was all that windy.
You're right. Most surface wind on Titan isn't too terribly strong, but here, the altitude and other conditions are perfect for sustained wind power. Like many worlds with atmosphere, the higher you go, the windier it gets.
Oh, cool. Makes sense.
You're the boss. Let's go! Moving right along, we're going to learn about Titan's great natural resources. Titan is rich with hydrocarbons like methane and ethane. Surely you saw huge pools of the stuff on your descent into New Homestead. I like to think they add to the natural beauty of this world. Though, of course, stay away from them because, like anything beautiful, they can be dangerous. Just like my last ex-wife's pet. She had this gorgeous, I don't know what you'd call it, creature. The guy that sold it to her couldn't tell her what it was or where it was from. I don't think it was even a legal sell, to be honest. The thing was very easy on the eyes. Feathers, all the colors of the rainbow. Nasty bite, though. Wound up in the hospital and almost lost my hand. Still not enough for her to get rid of the dang thing. Anyway, there's a reason she's my ex-wife. But enough about me. We were talking about methane and other resources, right?
Oh.
Hey, can you believe it? Back in the 20th century on Earth, they used to fight wars over natural resources like this and petroleum. They had this whole moon here basically made of hydrocarbons in their own backyard. They just couldn't get to it. Incredible how far we've come. New Homestead is home to one of the oldest and largest methane processing plants in the settled systems. Every year, UC engineers go through a painstaking, month-long maintenance process. That's how this place has remained operational as long as it has. I'm not going to take you too close to the machinery, liability and all, but I can still answer questions. Questions? Fire away!
What do they do with all this methane?
Exports mostly, since this world is so methane rich and has the infrastructure for it, a lot of the UC's methane comes from Titan. Of course, new homesteaders use it themselves for everything from generating heat to turning it into breathable oxygen by a modern science.
Awesome. Wait, how do they turn methane into oxygen?
Oh, no one's ever asked me that before. Something to do with methane-eating microbes, I believe? I honestly don't know. Sorry.
How can they shut the plant down for maintenance if people rely on it to live?
It's not as if they shut down for a month. It's not shut down at all, actually. See, this place is built with redundant systems, so they can shut it down piece by piece and suffer only a reduction in throughput. During that time, the UC gets more of its resources from other places, allowing New Homestead to maintain what it needs.
Cool.
Okie dokie, artichoke. There will be time for more later anyway. So, this next stop is a bit of an interesting one. I only recently made it part of the tour. Fun fact, it's also the only natural landmark on the tour. What we're about to see is a glacial spire we affectionately call Ymir's Horn. This colus used to be named after a character in a popular fantasy novel, but it was changed a couple hundred years ago to avoid any potential litigation. Now, what's a colus, you might say? Colus derives from the Latin word for hill, and scientists only gave names to groups of hills on a planet's surface. So in reality, the term you hear more often is the plural, coles, with an E. You probably don't hear it very often where you're from, because it was usually a term reserved for unexplored planets, back when they didn't have the technology to describe what they were seeing firsthand. Because of that, the term is much more common in the Sol system, but you may still hear it occasionally in reference to uncharted worlds. This planet's full of them, though, and they like to preserve that history here. So here it is, Ymir's Horn. You're free to take a closer look if you like.
How did this colonus form?
I've heard this particular formation was caused by an ancient volcano. Something about steam and wind, then worn down over time. But I'm not 100% sure.
Ymir, who's that?
According to ancient Norse mythology, Ymir was the first Jotun, a frost giant. In the legend, they were both male and female and gave birth to the progenitors of all giants from their armpits. Ymir even predated the Norse gods, who, as it turns out, killed Ymir to fashion the earth and all of humanity from the corpse. It's a fascinating story, and the horn here is a fitting tribute to it.
Cool.
Just be careful, it can get slippery out that way. I'll wait here.
Indeed you will.